My nose running. Got my shades open. It's a whole skyline in the city's right in front of my face. Yeah. I'm in a zone this year, it's all fire. Nigga, check my attire. Your worst fears confirm. Your reign at the top expires this year. No application, I'm higher this year. This in dedication to that bitch to slash my nigga tires. Oh yeah, I knew about you. Bitch, I knew about
Yo, what's good, C? What's good, C? What's good? Give me 1 second. My channel, some shit bugging right quick.
You live and you learn. On this road, the richest niggas bound to miss a few turns. Don't let the bridges that you cross turn into
Give me 1 second. My thumbnail's low-key tripping out right now.
Don't let the bridges that you fuck it, y'all don't hear me. Look, hey yo, I walk along this long harbor of life and sit on the piers, reflect on my pain and shit on my fears. Should I feel an ounce of guilt that I
What's good, by the way? What's good? We about to get started in a minute. We about to get started super soon. Let me just get some stuff uploaded right quick.
This is revenge of the dreamer. Misery took a million of my niggas' hopes from them. Don't even know some of them no more. The coke numb them. No suicide note from them. They killing themselves, slowly killing themselves. 5 iPhones dropped, my niggas still in the cell. He say he found God, shit I doubt it. To each his own, whatever keep you strong to get about it. We need your home, cause see a war's going on outside. I about cried when that boy that the cop shot died. My mouth wide open from shock. Sick and tired of hoping to stop. It's been the only hope that I got.
What's good, by the way? What's good? What's good? We about to get started. We about to get started right now. I don't know why, but my thumbnail was saying it was not working or some shit. Or not working, but it was showing some old thumbnail for some reason. But we about to get locked in. We about to be locked in. I'm about to go through the Discord. I'm about to drop the breakdown because we got 10 minutes of clips today. We got 10 minutes of clips today. We got too many gems about this Lakers Nuggets game, dog. We got too many gems about it. We got too many gems. Why do grown men's jump shots always look smoother? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna drop that gem for you. Give me 1 second. I just want to drop. I just want to pin what I need to pin in the chat before we get started. Or actually, let me redo that right quick.
That's my ex bitch, homie. In fact, I'm still logged in a Netflix, homie. Just make sure she cook you breakfast, homie.
Pin that. And also let me get this right here. I want to drop the Discord link as well.
Flex get money from me. Cold world, but my neck is sunny. Now I don't fuck around with hoes from reality shows or blow up dolls, cause I don't like having sex with dummies. Love me.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, see. Give me 1 second. I know it's a little deep breathe to start, but give me 1 second. Boom, got that.
Since we making conversation, I've been thinking me and you would make a banging combination. I know that you mad. I know what I said, but my dick be arguing with my head.
Got that. Boom. Hold on. Let me cook up right quick. 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 I need to drop these links right quick. Get that right there. Get that right there. Get that there. Boom. And then let's go. Let's go here. My bad. I know this shit taking long as hell, but give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There we go. Let's see. We got both links. There we go. We got both links in the chat. There we go. We got both links in the chat. Patreon, Discord link, both there pinned in the chat. I had to get that up right quick. But all right. Let's lock in. Let's start where you started. Let's start where you started. See. So you said, why do grown men's jump shots always look smoother? You got to just take one thing into account, which is the fact that they are grown. Them being grown means that they have more years of living, but not just more years of living, more years of hooping. And now the more you experience doing something for a substantial period of time, of course it's going to get easier to do that certain action. And not even just that, right? The more time you're alive, you get more used to the body that you have. You get more in control of what you have. And so when you just do something over and over and over again for the same way for so long, it's going to surmount to exactly that. And so I always had that same concern when I was younger. I was like, yo, how come they jump shots just always look smoother? But ultimately, it just boils down to you going into the gym and actually putting in the reps and then understanding that it's not going to happen over the course of a couple days. It's not going to happen over the course of a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. It's going to take years, honestly. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take years and thousands of reps to be able to get yourself to that point. And so it just seems as if, as well, you got to also think about this aspect, is that they're NBA players. NBA players aren't just the best in terms of skill, but also in their ability to also think about their physiological capacity, their capabilities, right? Meaning that to play at that level, they have to have that level of control. They have to be able to have great balance. They have to be able to have great stability, great strength. And so all the movements as to which they do is really going to be at the highest level for their craft. So that's why it's like, just like you look at these levels, it's like, damn, I can't do this. Why come their shit always look smoother? How come they shit always look better? It's because that reason. They just have way more reps than everybody else when it comes down to the game entirely. So I'm on my way to that point to where it's like, okay, I can see the smoothness and just like almost an effortlessness when it comes down to me like just hooping and watching myself back. But yeah, it's ultimately, it just takes time, it takes reps, and that's just how the game is. It's how the game goes. That's how the game goes. So, yo, what's good, Leo? What's good? What's good? I'm gonna go through the Discord right quick. Actually, where did I leave off? Where did I leave off in the Discord? Right here. By the way, the Discord link's pinned right there in the chat. Discord link's pinned right there in the chat. So, also, if y'all haven't peeped my story, I posted a clip on my story or posted something on my IG story. Just a quick little concept. The reason why most of y'all workouts don't translate to real games, visualization. Just that alone. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to start just posting a random gym that I feel like throughout my day or what I'm resonating with at the time, just on the story. Not even just in terms of mindset, but more so even in terms of basketball and the game in itself. So, what you think about my Dallas win? Well, of course they were going to end up winning. I didn't think this shit was going to be a sweep. I didn't think that shit was going to be a 5-game series. I'm not even sure if this shit could be even a 6-game series. But one thing as to which we do got to pay attention to is Kawhi. Got to pay attention to Kawhi. I didn't get to watch the game back because I watched the Lakers game from Monday. And the reason why I did watch that Lakers game from Monday is because they don't play until tomorrow. So it's not like they're playing tonight and I'm watching the game that's about to already happen. So I still have another day left. So I ended up watching, that Lakers game, Lakers-Nuggets game. And yeah, I was just like, okay. But I look back at the Dallas game and then against the Clippers game. It's like, okay, once Kawhi gets going, it's going to be tough. Your Dallas is lucky Kawhi needed to warm up. Kawhi had what, 15? I seen Kawhi had 15. So, y'all, you know what I'm saying? Kawhi about to start getting busy soon, man. All I'm going to say is, if it's a game 7, if it's a closeout game, I got my money on Kawhi. But you know what I'm saying? 4 or 5 more games is more than enough for Kawhi to get going. That, you know, Kawhi is that one person where it's just like, he got that clutch gene. He got the superstardom. He has the ability to take over games on both sides of the ball. And regardless of what you do on the offensive side, he's still getting to his fucking spots. That's the thing about it. Like, there's very few players where it's like, you could throw everything. You could throw the kitchen sink, the fridge. You could throw the goddamn cabinet. You could throw the dining table, dining chairs. You could throw the carpet. And then, like, they still do their shit. And Kawhi is not like a KD where he'll just shoot over you. He's just so good at just getting to where he needs to. And then at that point, it's just drill work. Like, he don't even see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, mix that in, like, the length that he has, his strength, the skill set that he's built. And I don't know why a lot of y'all don't see Kawhi Leonard as someone you are inspired from. Because Kawhi has built his game from the dirt. If you look at Kawhi when he came into the league, he was dog water offensively. He was shit offensively. He was equivalent to he was offense. Y'all gotta understand this. Hold the fuck up. When Kawhi came into the league, he was Jared Vanderbilt. He was literally a Jared Vanderbilt. No offensive game, just hustled on defense. But now you see him play at the level he does now, and you see him doing the past years. That shows you that offensive skill set could be built. It's just a matter of, do you actually want to partake in the actions, uptake the habits necessary for you to get to that level? That's the real question. And when you look at a person like Kawhi, it's something that it's not like it was a gift from God. It was his dedication to the game. It was his work ethic, how smart he worked, the type of people we decided to put around him so that he could be able to get the best out of himself, not just for the moment, but for the future. most importantly, because there will be some people that you got around you that they'll want the best out of you for what you may get right now. But if you want to accomplish something great, if you want to leave a legacy, you got to both be operating according to a vision. And what that vision will do, it'll force you to now sacrifice your present so then you can invest into your future. Do what you need to get to where you not just want to be, but where you're here to be. So discipline or regret, someone like Kawhi chose discipline. I don't know what y'all gonna choose, but tough. Tony Allen, he was like a Tony Allen. Couldn't do shit. Why does my speed of change? Why does my speed of change? I don't know what the fuck I'm reading. Why does my change of speed not look like how all the elite guards do it? I talked about this. I skimmed past this concept at the start of the stream. I don't know if you're here, Jokic, but you gotta look at the elite guards and just simply look at the amount of time they put into their craft. Simple as that. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why being at your own skill level, the age that you are right now, that you don't look like they do. It's because they've been doing what they do for probably about 2 decades. 2 decades. You've been maybe hooping for real for half a decade, even that, maybe two years, right? And now we live in a society where everybody wants microwavable results. Everybody wants to be like, oh, how could I be able to look like him, be able to move like him tomorrow? How could I do that shit next week, next month? But it just don't work like that, which is why the ones who always stay patient and persistent, continue to work hard, are the ones who actually do get to that level. And so you're going to go through a whole long period of time where you don't look anything remotely like the people you see. But if you simply take knowledge, you know what I'm saying, learn from the people who do know how to get yourself to that level. So like me and various other creators who are smart, are like-minded, and you actually go and apply those things, as time goes along, you're going to end up getting to a level where you're going to have your own unique level of game, your own unique smoothness. And so that also just really boils down to your ability to operate at your highest level on a day-to-day basis. Yo, what's good, Samuel? What's good? So all that for me to say as well is why doesn't it look like those elite players? You need reps. You need to work hard, all that shit. LeBron James' IQ is so overrated, so many low IQ sloppy passes, and he has no mid-range, so he struggles to take over late. Without offensive foul shoulder into defenders, he struggles. I ain't gonna lie. Give me 1 second. Let me talk about what OZ was saying. I know where what you are saying right now is coming from, but you got to look at the good shit LeBron did do throughout the game while he was on the floor. The point as to which the game flipped, it wasn't because the decisions Bron made while he was on the floor. It was a byproduct of what he did on the floor translating to what happened when he left the floor. I got a gem that y'all probably even think of. You probably haven't even heard of, because you probably watched like Stephen A. and they probably put their 2 cents into the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But all they did was say, oh, Jokic can't do this. Nikola Jokic can't do this. Anthony Davis can't guard Jokic. I'm about to actually look at the basketball aspect of things. I'm about to seek the solution instead of worrying about a whole bunch of surface level problems and a whole bunch of issues that are going to surmount to nothing. So when we're about to go watch this breakdown, I'm going to talk about what I understand what you were saying, meaning that his passes are sloppy, but he was getting buckets, which is what y'all don't even realize. Like some people don't even realize, and they want to overlook and only look at the bad and not remember, the and one step through that he had, the back-to-back threes that he hit, his ability to control the pace of the game. But he did control the pace of the game at the wrong times, in my opinion. But there's pros and there's obviously some cons. There's positives and negatives. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So let's go back to what you said, though, see. When visualizing, is it normal that the vision or imagined scenario looks kind of transparent? What you mean transparent? Kawhi had 2 at half? He said 6 on your best day. Zay just funny. He had 2 at half is crazy, and 13 the second. He probably started to get his rhythm going. But that's the thing with that Clippers team, is that you got so many guys. You got Kawhi, PG, James, and Russ. And so, like, Kawhi coming back, he's probably like, all right, let me try not to overstep. But you're Kawhi. You low-key got to overstep. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come back and take the crown and be like, yo, you got to remember, I'm the best player on this team. You know what I'm saying? I'm the best player right here. So you got to come back, overstep, do your shit. So you're going to see how that goes. I low-key would, if I got time, I'll rewatch that game and see how exactly things transpire. So, and also, did I miss something else? Okay, I was going to see what Leo said. I think Mavs going to get to West Finals, lose to Denver. Lose to Denver, and then Denver will lose to Boston. Hey, the only way Denver lose to Boston is if Denver get hurt. That's the only way shit happen, because the Boston Celtics gonna shoot their way out of a playoff series. You hear me? They gonna shoot their way off a playoff series. They gonna fire that bitch off, shot, shoot every fucking shot. Before you know it, they gonna have a couple games where they shoot 36%, and that's just not good enough to stop someone like Jokic and the Denver Nuggets' offense. They couldn't even beat them in the regular season, and they want to shoot all them damn, like, bro, they need a paint presence. They don't got no paint presence over there. Like, it doesn't look like real life or like a dream. It's just very vague. If it's very vague, I would say this. The way I formulate my own visualization of the game and how it really is formed between probably any player that does really utilize visualization is you simply almost you go back and you think back to the times you've been guarded, how many scenarios you've seen, all the different type of defenders you've seen, the type of spots you'll be in, most importantly, because that should guide all your visions, right? And how you see the game. What type of spots do I get in for the teams that I play for? That's where a lot of y'all fuck up. You try to just visualize a whole bunch of shit as to what you'll never be in, right? And you've never have been in, right? And so you literally got to start yourself from a level of visualization where you say, okay, I got to think back to all the times I played in the game. And when I go into a workout, I'm going to put that same exact thing I saw while I was in the game into my visualization right now. So what's going to end up happening is that you're working on the exact shit you need to get results in a game, right? So I need y'all to go backtrack. I need y'all to think back to all the times you done fucked up, the turnovers, the missed shots, right? Particularly the missed shots, because I know y'all missing a lot of catch and shoot threes because I was in the same boat as y'all, right? You start hooping, not much opportunity you get except for being able to catch, boom, shoot, right? And now you breaking those, you shooting them too fast. And I need y'all to remember not just how it looks like, but how that shit feels like. What did the defender do in that situation? How did that defender make you feel when they closed out? Did you feel you rushed it because they closed out so fast? Or did you feel you ended up getting there and taking too much time and then boom, you thought about it too much and it was just bricks? You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to go think back to all the times in the game as to which y'all had a certain look, right? And see which type of scenarios, which type of looks are common. Which ones do you see most often? Which ones are the most frequent? And work on those exact things. And then as you continuously work on those exact visualizations, you're going to now bring yourself to a point where, oh, now I go do a workout and I'm working on those exact skills I need. I'm working on those exact scenarios. And it's just like when Kobe would talk about he's working on the off season. I already know what type of defender I'm going to get. I'm just going to imagine a Tony Allen. I'm going to imagine what's that other nigga, buddy from the Spurs? Forgot the other buddy name, but like all those tough, gritty guards he's gonna get defended by the most elite. You know what I'm saying? The ones that make him work the most. I'm gonna visualize all them in the offseason and all that other shit. I don't need to worry about this goddamn second string defender because I'm gonna cook them all day. It's natural to me. So like you got to make sure you get that visualization. If you don't got that visualization, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be GG's. Yo, Abdul, what's good? What's good, Abdul? By the way, I don't know if I've seen your name before, but if this is your first time pulling up or your first time chatting, let me know what's the game like. Do you hoop? And also, how old are you? What's up? What's good, Marley? What's good, Marley? 20K? You about to hit 21K probably by the time I go to sleep. Damn near. If not by the time I go to sleep, probably by the time I wake up in the morning. Let me go back to the top from where Leo was talking. This summer I should start to play for junior, but I still haven't developed physically, and my coach won't play me. Should I leave a club or just work out solo for the summer until I develop? Well, is it the physical part that you said is not allowing you to get playing time? You said it's the physicals, correct? Right? Just tell me the problem. Tell me the problem. We're gonna get the outcome. I want you to just type a chat and tell me what is stopping you. What's the one or two things stopping you? Whether it's the physical stuff, and then also tell me about the skill part. Because I know there's probably something to do with skill that may lie within there that may linger. Do people in LeBron does his ball holding nonsense where he doesn't apply any pressure on the ball or apply any pressure on defense, stand still only to pass it out late without creating any sort of advantage? You talking about like milking the clock and playing with pace? His offense and game management doing that stagnates his team's flow. Look. OZ. I will talk about that concept in a second. I'm gonna talk about it as soon as we get started to breakdown. Towards the end portion of it, like the fourth quarter, has the second half really. But I'm gonna tell you all this right now, until I actually show y'all the clips, is that it's not a bad thing to try and control pace and play stagnant, right? It's just that Bron did it at the wrong time. Bron began to play stagnant and kill that team flow in the third quarter as soon as they got up by 20. That's where Bron fucked up, because there's still so much room left in the game, and this is where I'm now just thinking ahead, right? I don't even know even no coach is thinking about this shit right here, even in their own locker room, right? So since there's so much game time left, and if you want to be able to maintain this lead, you got to have an offense that's going to be able to be consistent, right? And so unless Bron is going to play the entire second half and play that same exact way the entire time, right? Unless he's going to do that shit the entire time, don't do it. Because the second Bron's is going to leave the game, you're going to have no offense and you're going to have no team flow, right? Because you're going to have going to the fourth quarter, and Bron's going to get back into the game, and Bron can be able to dictate the floor. He can be able to point people to where they need to be while he's in the game. But when he's off the floor and you've already killed the flow in the third, and now you got to finish out the third and start the fourth, and now Bron isn't there at certain points of time, that's where they're going to come right back into the game. And I have like 4 straight clips that's going to show the Lakers trying to run an offense that's going to lead to the Denver Nuggets building momentum and now closing up that gap that they exactly had, right? And so he decided to try to control pace at a time where once you kill that team flow, you can't get that shit back. That was all the offense they had. That he even stopped going to AD for his ISOs. AD scored like 12 straight. And if it wasn't 12 straight, it was like 12 out of 14 or 16. Where it was just one-on-one, he was cooking. And that's how they got that double-digit point of lead. And then they started running some offense as well. And like they got to 20. And Bron said, nah, let me control it. Let me control it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to compare this to a life concept where you got an issue going on with your life. And now not necessarily an issue, or there's something going on or something you're trying to get, and now you try to control every single variable that has to deal with that. You're trying to play God to the situation, but you simply can't try to play God at that point in time, because you can control it to an extent. You can control certain things at the right time when you have the opportunity, but you can't at all times, right? You can only control what you can control, and once he steps off the floor, he can't control anything to the extent as to which he needs to, because he was literally slowing down the pace, pointing everybody to where they need to be, because people didn't even know where they needed to be. Bron told them where to go. And so that simply cannot be replicated if he's off the floor. So we're going to get to that in a second. I just had to cook that up right quick. So, why is my chat not scrolling? That's weird. All right, I'm just going to read off my main screen then. This shit bugging. Okay, there we go. It refreshed. All right, we got it. Where did you play? I stopped playing college literally in my first year. I got there 3 months in. I was like, nah, bro. This not the wave, man. That's not the wave, bro. I got called to do something different. And now, fast forward about 2 years later, here we are. Maybe about 2.5 years since I stopped playing organized. I still work out every day, by the way. I still work out every single day, every single morning, about 5 a.m. Get up early, you know what I'm saying? Got to do my little morning routine, meditate, all this and that, get my brain going, set my good foundation, and I get going. You know what I'm saying? I still be hooping. I just don't do it for content yet. And once y'all see me hoop, it's gonna make a lot of sense. All right, Leo. Let's go back to what you were saying, though, Leo. Let's go back to what you were saying. So, he said I'm talented, but I didn't develop, and I'm weak. So, if you're super skinny, I ain't gonna lie, being at your age, if you're trying to get super strong, if you're trying to put on mad weight, it's not gonna hit. It's not gonna. You need to put on functional strength, because what's gonna end up happening if you try to get too strong, is that you're gonna now cut away at your talent and your ability to move and be able to get to your spots at your pace and the way you play. So that's gonna hurt you. And so now also defensively, there's ways you can work around that and be able to bring value to your team. One of those ways is just being able to play defense smart. If you're someone who always gets charges, Let me tell you this right here. I was skinny I was also skinny when I was in high school. I was probably about 6'1", 6'2", weighed about 160, maybe about 155. I think I was like 155, right? Long wingspan, super lanky. So I was like, yeah, I was skinny. And so like I was probably smaller than everybody I matched up against. But one thing I always did is I got charges. I was dog shit guarding the ball, right? I couldn't guard the ball. Was terrible laterally when trying to stay in front of somebody. I was bad at that. But what I did do is I know how to play off-ball defense. I made sure that I always played my help. Always make sure I tagged. Always make sure I knew how to chase somebody over a screen if they're a shooter. Got to the outside shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Got physical with them before they were to get physical with me. Because usually they don't even get physical. So I'd always try to guard shooters. And so I always had some sort of value. I also got a lot of charges. So you could work around the shit that deals with you not being strong enough to be, or not being big enough, right? It's just, how are you going to show him? How are you going to be like, okay, this is how I bring value on this side of the floor, and are you going to learn those skills necessary? So that's the route I would take for you, because I don't want you to try to put on weight and cut away at your offensive game, because it's like, damn, he said I'm not big enough, I got to get bigger. But if we could get, because your desired outcome, right, Leo, your desired outcome right now is to get minutes on the floor. But if you understand that, okay, if I try to do what he said, it's going to cut away at the talent that's already good for me. But if I'm still able to get better defensively in ways as to which our team would need, because players don't guard in that facet. Nobody plays good off the ball. Nobody really communicates. No one takes charges. If you start doing that, you're providing a value that nobody else does. So he's going to put you on the floor, right? He's automatically going to put you on the floor. Now you can start just guarding regular guards at the top, and if you get switched onto someone bigger, that's where you begin to play smart and use your speed. So, where was I at though? Let's kind of get back to it. Let's get back to where I was. He said, "Where did you play?" I was at NAI. I was in Ave Maria for like 3 months. I had graduated 2021. I was on a COVID year. Luckily, I even got something, because every fucking school had people coming back because nobody wanted to graduate. It gave everybody an extra year. That shit was ass. Yeah, I understand professional basketball. Yeah, let me know what you think of that. I'll get back to what you're saying that in a second. You know how to use your new strength if you get strong too fast? Or you won't know how to use your new strength if you get strong too fast. Essentially, yes. If you put on weight too quick, you won't really know how to use it and control it. So now you're gonna not be as smooth, not gonna be as balanced, not gonna be as stable, and you're probably gonna be putting on muscle in the wrong muscle groups, right? Putting on muscle in the wrong muscles, and y'all don't even realize that's a thing. That's even a thing too. I don't think y'all realize. Had an ineffective game and still hit the buzzer beater. Bro, as a Lakers fan, Jamal Murray is a clutch player. He is a clutch ass player. But like I don't know if you was hearing before, but boxing, I had said that Bron's third quarter is what fucked the game up. His third quarter fucked the game up. Is that haven't developed? I mean, what you mean haven't gone through puberty and haven't developed? How old are you right now, Leo? How old are you right now? Focus on getting core strength. Core strength is one of those muscle groups that you need. I have a question. I have all these skills to take somebody one-on-one, but when it comes to a game, I struggle making my shots or forget the things I practice, like taking contact and get blocked. Like, it's just in-game, all things I practice go away. Hey, Jappy, let me tell you this. You could be the greatest one-on-one player in the world. You could be the best one-on-one hooper. You could be on next chapter going crazy, cooking everybody at once. Pickup game, cooking everybody at once. You ain't nobody beats you. You could be undefeated. But when it comes down to playing a 5-on-5 game, we just added 8 people. You ever think about that? We just added 8 people on the floor. So the same exact space I used to go and beat one person, I now have to do the same thing with 8 other people on the floor, right? And not just 8 other people. We also have a game plan. We have schemes that we got to apply to the game, right? We got sets we got to run. We have defensive schemes, like I was just saying. Like, we have a whole bunch of other variables that now pitch into the game. And so if we're just going back to that one-on-one concept, you now must get better at being able to read help, right? So then you now know how to go and attack in a one-on-one, because that's the main thing for being able to play in one-on-one situations. When you get into a game, you're probably sitting here thinking about how do I attack this one-on-one, this person right in front of me, like I do when I play ones, instead of being in that scenario and thinking, all right, let me read this help, and then this help is how this help is stacked up, how the floor is spaced out is now going to guide me to where I want to be, so that I can be able to now make this move that I've already done so much playing ones with somebody in front of me. I don't need to think about the move I'm gonna do up here. This is instinct already. This is subconscious, right? And so at this point, what you now got to do, just look over the shoulder. If you look at the help, you'll see your defender. But if you look at your defender, you will never see the help, which is why you drive and you always probably end up getting caught on that second dribble and you try to kick out and it's too late. Or when end up happening, you get to the rim and boom, you look up, oh shit, I'm already going up for a layup, I get blocked, right? So it's gonna be something like that. So what you got to do is, if you're so good at one-on-one already, you play 5-on-5. You now got to understand all your sets. You got to understand the defense you're gonna face, and now you got to look at your help, look at the floor, so that you can just see your defender. And if you just could simply see your defender from your peripheral, you'll be good. So, how can you make your pull-up game better and not get contested? There's a lot of things when it comes to a pull-up. When it comes down to dribble pull-ups, that's something as to which you may not even need. Let me keep it being something you may not even need. A hezzy pull-up, something you probably may not even need. But there's a lot of nuanced concepts within both of those that it's hard for me to be able to really describe without like recording and like taking y'all through like a workout that I do. But I would say, if you do want to improve, let me know boxing, is it a hezzy pull-up or a dribble pull-up? Because those are two completely different things, of course. But if it's a hezzy pull-up or dribble pull-up, I'm assuming it's a dribble pull-up because that's what y'all talk about most times. Because I don't really hear people talk about a hezzy pull-up, honestly. But that shit is so smooth, bro. It's overlooked. It's crazy overlooked, dog. The dribble pull-up. So I'll say this. Make sure you can dribble pull-up going right and going left. Make sure the last two steps you take on your dribble pull-up are shorter than the two steps you took before. Hard for me to really describe without having a real picture, but when you take a dribble pull-up, it's going to be for a purpose, meaning that they may be help that stepped over, your defender opened up their base, they're trying to beat you to a spot, and the second you recognize that, the next two steps are not going to be so far down as like a normal sprint step, right? So instead of saying the distance is this big, like typically on your regular drive for each step, and I know this is an extremely small distance, I'm just going to use this for ratio, right? When you take your pull-up, you want to try to cut that down to this, right? Instead of this starting here, boom, it's usually like this. You want to cut it down like maybe halfway. You want to shorten up that step so that the space you have when you get up into your shot is not eaten up because you've taken so far of a step into your defender who's going down. You want to be able to stop as quick as you can, right? So you got to make sure that if you are getting to these spots, when you are doing these workouts and all those things and whatnot, when I get into these last two steps, I got to understand what I'm seeing and then get into these short last two steps. So hopefully that kind of made sense, because that's the contested part I was talking about. And I feel like I talked about that that's a clip I'm about to post. I'm about to post a clip talking about a dead dribble and creating space for shots and shit. But can I develop my three-point shot even if I'm 20 years old? You could develop a jumper even if you're 55. Louis, hey, you could develop a jumper if you 55, if you 60, you could get a jump shot. I'm telling you, it ain't never too late to get better at a skill in basketball unless you don't have the physical capacity. So it's never too late. You just got to figure out what's wrong. How do I figure out what's wrong? You could probably do something as simple as hit the Discord link and send your jump shot into the jump shot channel, and I can take a look at it next time I go through the Discord. Or you can go to the Patreon and then sub up to the King James tier and send me a video, and then I'll probably respond by the time I go to sleep. So probably within the next 6 hours, you could get a solution. So depends on you. They both at the top of the chat. You said, all right, Leo, you said you 16. So let me see what you said before. I'm gonna try to get through this, and then we're about to get into the breakdown. What do you mean haven't gone through puberty and haven't developed? Meaning physically? I'm not even gonna worry about that because that's some shit you can't really control. That's time. Time's gonna do time, bro. Time is gonna do time. You can't try to speed up puberty, maturity, maturation. You can't speed that shit up. You can't do shit about it. You gotta work with what you got. So everybody else developed except me. Well, my time is bound to shine coming soon. So all you got to do is work with what you got. You can't sit here and try to compare yourself with everybody else. Be like, they got it, but I don't. They got bigger, but I didn't. You can't do that. You just can't do that. comparison is a thief of joy. Love the Patreon vids and gems, good stuff. Hey bro, I'm telling you, I'm locked in when it comes down to that Patreon. This week I'm gonna get an even better breakdown. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do quite yet, but just know that when it comes down to understanding the visualization part, which is something I really gotta show y'all on there and allow y'all to understand so y'all can make the reads. I just need to get really sharp with that, and that's just gonna be pure gems on there. Also with the weight room workout, the on-court workout, I was patient for the last 3 years, but I had enough, honestly. So what, you gonna quit? You gonna quit right now, go ahead and quit. You know what I'm saying? You said, I've had enough. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, so a concept that's come across just in life as a whole recently, I've always heard, is that it's just that the times you think of quitting is probably right when you're on the doorstep. You're probably way closer to being where you want to be when the times you begin to contemplate what you do. All it takes, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to wait on getting something as to what you can't control the outcome of, a lot of things in life won't be for you. Not just basketball, right? You're sitting here waiting for yourself to physically mature. You can't control how you physically mature. You can't control that. You got to work with literally what you got. And if you keep sitting here trying to compare yourself like, oh, he got this, he got bigger, he got taller, he got this tall, much taller, he got this much more bounce. And you say, I didn't get none of it. That's not fair. Let me tell you this. Everything in life already comes as fair as it is. There ain't nothing that's unfair. I can tell you that, bro. You're in your situation for a reason. It's about how well you're going to be able to figure out how well to use the tools that you have. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit here and keep saying that. If you lost patience, it's up to you. That's you right there. Dribble pull-up. Eric, yeah, that's a fact. Does your coach even want you taking those? And when are you going to try to use a dribble pull-up? How the fuck do the Bucks wings turn ass when Giannis is out? Because Giannis brings gravity to the rim and they all get open shots. It's literally as simple as that. If you want to prove your jump shot mechanics are more important than practice, implement a straight raise on your setup before the jumper while making it one motion. I mean, I would say mechanics and practice go hand in hand because you need to get the reps so that the mechanics become muscle memory. You need the practice so they become muscle memory. So they literally work hand in hand. Also, how do you strive as an undersized guard? Which strive as in like get better, improve? And then you said the question before. My bad, I skipped over it. But can I get stronger by just doing bodyweight exercises because I don't know weights? Yeah, you could definitely get stronger by doing bodyweight exercises. You just got to quality over quantity. You know what I'm saying? Form and technique over quantity once again. So when it comes down to that, what was the question? I low-key just forgot. Oh, at the top of the chat right there. Bodyweight? Yeah, you definitely can. You just may have to go a little longer on certain reps and increase the amount, but still maintain good form. Thank you. Honestly, ain't no problem. That's what I'm here for, Leo. That's what I'm here for. Another problem that I have is that the ball slips out of my hand when I try to dribble faster. I think I just need to practice faster. I mean, if you can't, I'll say push yourself to a limit that does challenge you and it forces you to, that does challenge you. Like if dribbling faster is difficult, learn how to dribble fast, but also learn how to go between dribbling slow and dribbling fast. Because who said it's just I can't dribble fast? What if it's I just need to simply get better at changing the pace instead of just dribbling fast the whole time? It may be that, you know what I'm saying? That boils down to control, not just of the ball, but of your body as well. So that's another thing. Doing God's work, I'm telling you, I'm in line with my purpose. I'm not gonna sit here and try to like half-ass my questions. That's why this shit before the stream be taking long as shit. Like I be trying to just get started with a breakdown, but I'm like, damn, I know y'all need the answers to these questions. So it's like I'm trying to get these out. You know what I'm saying? As much as I can. Got a few questions to ask you if that's okay with you to give me advice on the adjustments. But ask them quick because I ain't gonna lie. We got about 10 minutes max before you get into this breakdown. 10 minutes max. You know what I'm saying? We better get into this breakdown super quick. How do you choose one motion or two motion shot, or it depends on your physical force? Not on your physical force, but what works best for you. You know what I'm saying? What do you shoot like naturally right now? What's the result looking like? And is the reason why you're missing a byproduct of you shooting one or two motion? boils back down to not what exactly are you doing, but what's the result that you're trying to get, and now adjusting the process in between. Because where a lot of people fuck up, hold on, this is about to be a gym. Where a lot of people fuck up is that they set their end goal to be something as to which they see for somebody else, or to incorporate new mechanics and new concepts, say within a jump shot, so that they could be able to do X, Y, and Z. But that the end goal, the result that you're seeking, the outcome that you want, isn't for you to replicate this style of jump shot, to replicate these fundamentals. It's for you to be able to make shots. And so when it comes down to really all shooters, you will find some sort of fundamental of shooting that they break, right? You'll find something that they break. Like you could look at Steph. Steph has a thumb push, not perfect. You could look at KD. His elbow is out, not perfect. And like just certain ways as to which the players are balanced in their base and how they're positioned. It's going to be unorthodox, but shooting is a personalized thing, which is why your end goal always has to be the result and not how you exactly you're shooting a shot, right? Don't try to keep yourself conformed or confined to whatever X, Y, and Z thing they say about a jump shot you should do. You should always go back to what's causing me to not get this result. Not, I'm not doing this part of a fundamental jump shot wrong. People forget that, man. That's a jump. Did I see a comment? Where was it? Where was it at? Where was it at? See. Let me go back here. Nah, I don't see one before. Just retype it. I don't want to scroll back that far. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Indeed. That shit applies in so many things in basketball. And it's already 10 o'clock. Hey, bro, we just getting started. Hold on, one more hour. We got to get the breakdown in. What's the first steps I should take to improve my jumping ability? I can touch the rim one time off 2 feet, then I can't anymore. That seems like you have inconsistency. How do you improve consistency? By doing something more, and then forcing yourself to figure out how to exactly replicate what you're being inconsistent in. Just boils down to reps. And also boils down to your mind. Understanding that, oh, this is not my limit, I can do more. And if you mentally tell yourself, oh, I could touch the rim 2 times and not just 1 time, right? Like, I want you to do this, right? Look. What's the name? Who sent that? Right there. Frico. Right? Crazy name. Okay, crazy name. But when it comes down to what I want you to do now is that when you go into the gym, you need to get your reps on jumping. So instead of going and touch the rim 1 time, right? Touching as high as you can 1 time, I want you to go there and do it twice, right? Just to show, oh, I can do this twice instead of just being able to do this once. Then the next time you go, all right, maybe I'm going to try 2 times this time, or let me go 3. Or all right, this time let me go 4. I want you to use the amount of times you touch the rim in a jumping session, right? In a 15-minute period, right? You probably, like 10, 15 minutes would be solid in terms of being able to improve, being able to actually get some good jumps in. I want you to go through that have a 10, 15 minute block where you're just jumping, just getting your best jumps. First time, all right, I did this twice. Next time 3, next time 4, next time 5. And before you know it, you'll get more consistent. Your mechanics will get better, and now you'll jump higher as a byproduct. So use the amount of times you could touch the rim in a little jump session, 10 to 15 minutes or so, probably the best you could give. And then continuously go about that every single day. You got to get those reps in, man. You got to get those reps in. I'm telling you, that's the key. That's the key. Reps is the key. They should have ran the offense through AD in the second half. He was on fire. Jonathan, you are not wrong. You are on point with that. I don't know if you remember me, but I've been in for a few lives of yours, and I'm probably going to the U.S. to a prep school, but I haven't had many highlights recorded, so I don't know what I should do to get recruited. Bro, you have a phone, right? Talby, you have a phone, right? You got a phone? Because I don't think you realize your phone got a camera. What could you do with the camera? You cannot just take photos. You could record. Get yourself a $20 tripod. Give your phone to your parent or give your phone to somebody you know who's in the crowd, right? Tell them to put this shit on the tripod and just hold the shit along as they go and we play. And I'm not just going to get film. We're all going to get film. Day in and day out. We all going to get film. Everybody on the team going to be able to get film so they can be able to post and send the shit out. I'm telling you, it would be that simple. It be that simple. Like literally, y'all got your phone that y'all could use, bro, to be able to get y'all film. But nobody even wants to think of, oh, let me just get this, get that, boom, get going. W phone case, indeed, I ain't gonna lie, this shit low key beat up, but I can't change it, bro. I can't change it. 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 Be legendary. That's why you asked for the Rizaldo jump shot, like see if you miss or make. Exactly, Yoga. Exactly. And you sent me your video on the Discord because you on the King James tier on the Patreon. So on the low stuff, you know what I'm saying, throughout the regular day stuff, sent his jump shot. I was like, oh, this shit always going to the right. Because the way you finish your shot. Simple as that. I promise you, once you make that change, or you finish in line with the rim, you're gonna be knocking down everything. You're gonna be knocking down everything. Oh yeah, said Freak No Diddy about the other shit. That was a wild name. How you get better at rebounding over tall defenders? Box out. And actually trying to get the rebound over him. Also, it boils down to instinct, being able to track the ball and see where it's going to go. Case in point, Halliburton. Exactly. Halliburton's another one. I don't know how I ain't think of Halliburton off the rip. To jump higher, practice jumping. To shoot better, practice shooting. To finish better at the rim, finish better at the rim. Finish more at the rim. If you want to get better at shooting free throws, shoot more free throws. You want to get better at shooting half court shots, shoot more half court shots. I don't advise y'all do that bullshit. You're going to be looking stupid as shit. But if you want to do something, you got to be direct with it. If she got good throw and putting money in my pocket, she a keeper. Putting money in your pocket is crazy. That's wild. I got to try out for a team tomorrow. Good luck. Remember what I always say about that. You come in here around all the time, Flaxy, but make sure that you communicate. You're the loudest person on the floor, and I promise you, it's going to help a shit ton. It's going to help like a motherfucker. I can tell you that. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Let me remember exactly what you were saying. Oh, you do that already, but the season's almost over. I don't have a 2-minute video of my highlights. You don't have 2 minutes of any good thing you do. Mind you, anytime y'all putting film together, you don't have to have a whole bunch of just like, oh, that's a nice ass move. Let me add that. Anything that you do good, add that shit in. Anything that you do good. You get a charge, add it in. Shit, motherfuckers I will put deflections in there. If I'm a person who gets stupid deflections, I'm putting a bunch of deflections in my clips. Right? Me showing I'm able to dig, I'm able to get my hands in the passing lanes, even if I don't get the steal or not. If I'm consistent with it, I'm putting that shit in. If I get a regular layup, I'm putting it in. Why? Because how did that layup even happen? I got my layup not because I was just sitting underneath the rim and the other team was bullshitting and I got a cherry pick layup. I was guarding the corner on defense, deep corner, and I sprinted my ass off down the sideline and I got a layup. I'm putting that shit in because it's gonna show the coach that he's gonna run. He's gonna get to his spots. He's gonna beat the defense down the floor. And we're gonna get easy buckets, right? I'm gonna put in my backdoor layups, put in my all backdoor layups, every single one of them. I'm putting in my charges, every single one of them. I'm putting in my swipes that don't even result into steals but hit off their leg and go out of bounds. I'm putting all that shit in. Fuck it. If I'm a big, I'm putting my screen assist in. If I set a good ass screen, I'm putting that shit in my highlight reel. You got me fucked up because you got to realize the coach looks for you not to just get buckets and get nice points. They look for you to see how you can play within the offense. If I'm able to set good screens and I show that consistently, they're like, oh, he can set good screens and he can shoot. That means when I set a good screen on somebody else, they're going to overreact to the person I set a screen for, and I can slip out and I can get my shot. Y'all got to think of shit a little different. Y'all got to start putting more shit in the highlight film more than just the regular shit that's like, oh, this is nice. I want my highlights to look like Kyrie and Paul George when I send it through to this coach. No, you just need to be able just the shit that you do that's good. That's all you need to put in there. And I guarantee you can find 2 minutes of that. Unless you're barely playing, then it'll be tough, but you can find 2 minutes. Do you have any tips on being the loudest guy on the court? You literally gotta talk louder. It's just that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just literally have to talk louder. You just say everything that you see. You know what I'm saying? I could talk even louder than that, but it's just like, if I'm playing the game, like, you could hear me from the fucking weak side. It'll get tough if there's a real crowd and shit, but especially playing in high school, everybody should be able to hear you. And if you don't, it's like you're doing something wrong. Put some bass in your voice, you know what I'm saying? Stop being so scared and shy. Could cause Nuggets problems. They do got the best defense in the league. They got height and him. They could. It'll be interesting. But let's see how the Nuggets deal with the Lakers first, though, bro. Y'all bypassing the Lakers already, man. You bypassing the Lakers. You catering to the scouts and not social media. Exactly. Exactly. Just finished a night workout. Stay locked in, Nikola. Stay locked in. Stay locked in. If we was trying to send it to, if we was trying to send it to you, would we like to have a shit ton of like mistakes and like a bit of highlights in terms of clips? Yeah. If you want it for improvements, send me all the mistakes. Send me all the mistakes. Send me all the mistakes. Most definitely. That's how you fix what you're doing bad, and then so you could do more good instead of the good is probably naturally gonna be natural for you to replicate, but overall it's gonna be tough. But damn, we low-key 50 minutes in the stream, we just dropping gems. I be kind of lit. I'm telling you, you got 2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes is not much, bro. Each clip probably be about 10 seconds. 10 seconds, you put a little edit on the screen where you just circle it or some shit like that. Boom, get it. I'm telling you, you got 2 minutes, bro. You got 2 minutes to clip somewhere. Sweep the Lakers again. Are you saying, Nikola, are you saying that because you genuinely think it's going to happen, or because your name is also Nikola, so you be all Nikola meat as well? I don't even know how I can record my highlights and film. You don't record your highlights. You have somebody else who can, and give them your phone. Get a tripod. Tripod, $20 a game. I know you got $20, dog. I know y'all be going out to eat and shit, getting food and shit. I know y'all got $20 to be able to invest into yourself. We need to begin to change relationships. Everybody here has to begin to change their relationship with money and how they perceive it. You got to start using money in ways as to which is going to be valued to you, instead of using your money on buying food, snacks, and shit. Like, you got to invest into yourself, man. Food for thought, or investing directly into a craft, something of that nature. And that's something I wish I even would have done when I was younger. Just take all the money I had and just throwing it right back into myself. But I was never conditioned to do that. Just growing up, never been conditioned to take my money and put it into somewhere that's gonna bring back value to me, and in time bring me that money back and then some. I was never taught to do that, and so that's something is to which I just even want to bring to surface and make you all aware of right now. Y'all got to get aware of that. Putting your money to things that's gonna help you get to what you want to get done, and things that's gonna last you a long time. Lakers and 7 would be absolutely like that shit would fucking overtake the goddamn basketball universe, dog. I don't know. I don't think you understand. Like, it'll literally be a earthquake in the NBA, bro, in basketball. And if Bron do that shit, the year 21, old ass nigga. But that shit'll be crazy. 2 minutes of great actions and decisions could get me recruited to prep school in the U.S. Yes. Everything you have. Don't just cut it off at 2 minutes. Everything you have, dog. Everything you have. Reeves is going off. Game 3. Remember this comment. Hey, we'll see. And D-Lo. I talked about D-Lo a little bit. I said if he plays well, they have a chance. He did play well, but it's also a red flag because how he got his buckets. I'm about to talk about that in a second. Let's get this post on the gram. Let's waste no more time. Let's get busy. Man. Let's get busy. I'm about to hit 100K on the gram, by the way. We had 99,000 on Instagram. 99,000. So boom, let's get started. I'm about to get posters on the Instagram, and we got 10 minutes of clips. So just know this stream might be 2 hours, bro. I didn't want it to, but fuck it. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Gotta do what you gotta do. I came on here, I was like, man, I'm gonna finish this stream quick. We gonna be efficient. But I know when the breakdown started, I'm gonna be efficient though. I just had to drop the gems for y'all. You see what I do? You see what I'm doing right now? I could have cut this off 30 minutes ago, and all those questions I answered 30 minutes ago would have never been answered. But I was like, damn, fuck it, bro. I got to drop these gems. I'm live 3 times a week. I got to start dropping these gems, man. Let's get started though. Let's get started. Hold on. Let me get this on the gram. Ricardo, appreciate that sub, Ricardo. Let me get this posted right quick. Hold on. Boom. Boom. Get that. Get that. Actually, go there. Actually, let's go there. Let's go there. Oh, not that. Let's go there. 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 All right, we locked in. We locked in. We got posted. We got that posted. Y'all got Clippers or Mavericks. You should already know who I got. I ain't gonna lie. I've been talked about it a little too often. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I got Clippers. I got the Clippers. I got the Clippers. I got the Clippers. Boom. 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 All right, let's get it. Let's get it. What do you think? All right, let's get this pulled up first. Let's pull that up. Let's go there. Let's go there. All right, Pat, you the man. Indeed, we getting there. We getting there. Appreciate you. No problem. Clippers in 6. What else did I miss? What can I do to my knee? Because I got hit to the knee while playing soccer and I struggle to walk. If you got hit in the knee, probably like a little bruise, probably ice. Ice might be the best thing you could do. Ice might be the best thing you could do. He don't even want to score and somehow he was 30. Or he has 30. You like D-Lo? Bro, hold on. I'm going to talk about D-Lo in a second, bro. 15, 6 foot should work on mostly on to actually get better. Shooting. Say this every time, bro. Shooting. 40% of the game, you'll be off the ball. On offense. You'll be on offense and off the ball. On average. 40%. If you want to play the odds and get better at what you're actually going to be, shooting. Off the ball. And once you get better off the ball, it's going to help shooting on the ball and on the move better. Even easier. It's going to make that shit easier. You don't think that the whatchamacallit Nuggets won't be Clippers toughest out? But we need to lock in. Like Nikola said, we need to lock in. All right, Clippers said Mavs are scary. Mavs are scary. NBA bracket got them sweeping. Ty Lue versus over Jason Kidd. I ain't mad at that. I may be with you on the same side for that. Sixers made a comeback and the Knicks taking it. Knicks might take that shit, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Losing game 2 hurt them. That shit hurt. It's feeling like Heat versus Bucks. When you know what I'm saying? When it was like 2-1, it was like, yo, Bucks gonna win this one. It was like 3-1. It was like, oh shit. Are they actually gonna lose this shit? And it boom, fucking done in 5. Tough. Ain't Kyrie done talk about that in his live about every beginner should learn off the ball first? I don't even know if he did, but if he did, it should just already tell you that we thinking at the same frequency. I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all learn how to play off the ball, literally just buy the numbers, buy the odds. It's literally, hold on, I don't even think y'all understand this. If y'all learn how to play off the ball first, Dante, appreciate that sub. I'm the last gem that we getting started with this breakdown. If y'all learn how to play off the ball first, and you really do master playing off the ball, it's going to force you to expand your game. It's going to force you to evolve your game to now having to play on with the ball. And not just with the ball, but being able to have that bag. Because if you build a foundation to learn how to shoot a shot on the move just with the catch, and now you just simply have to add a dribble in and learn how to pick the ball up, you will now literally be pushed into having to play with the ball in your hands. Because that's going to be the next step to evolve your game. Right? Instead of being at a point where I can do everything off the ball practically and I'm really good at this, now I'm going to have to end up having the ball in my hands because that's my weakness. How can I now build my dribble to then fall in line with the way I shoot? Right? What type of shots am I now going to take because the way, just my rhythm, my cadence to my game. It's really going to force y'all to be able to have to play with the handle and with the dribble at some point in time. That's going to be the next step at some point. But y'all want to jump steps and get to that end point. Y'all need to do what's most important and what's going to bring the most value right now. Most value right now, I'm trying to tell y'all. But let's get started, though. I can do a masterclass on blowing leads. I feel like we get a Brunson basketball at Sixers Arena. Yeah, but one of these games, Brunson going to go off. Oh, shit, you a Sixers fan. You got Knicks 5. Oh, sheesh. My goodness. My goodness, that's crazy. But, hey, I don't know how to say it. N-Dub. N-Dub-Z. Appreciate that sub. Where's that? Good night. All right, Leo, you about to slide for real? Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no excuses. He's here. Hey, by the way, only time I'm not going to be here is if I go on vacation. That's one time a year. Actually, twice this year, but it's going to be for like, one of them is like a quick weekend for a family trip, other weekend late in the summer. But we still locked in, though. I'm only missing like two, I'll be able to count on my hands how many streams I miss. When you started with the game highlights, right now. Let me get water. You abandoned me as a kid? Sorry, but I gotta abandon the comments for a second. I gotta abandon chat for a little bit. I'll look back in between plays. If y'all got questions, let me know. But we just gotta get cooking. We gotta get cooking right now. All right, we gotta start cooking. Let me make sure speed's all good. Let me get back. All right, let's lock in. I'm not gonna talk directly about blowing leads quite yet. We're gonna get to that around the second quarter once they actually do develop that lead. But for the meantime, I got some gems. So I want y'all to notice this here, right? Notice. Look, Jokic dribbles, he gets double teamed. And now he passes to Jamal Murray. Now Jamal Murray could be an NPC and pass it to KCP, and then KCP passes it to Michael Porter Jr. because that's the advantage. Or what he could do is begin to think as an off. He could begin to now know what the defense is going to do so he could guide the actions for offense, right? So at this point in time, what Jamal Murray is now going to do is know what the defense is going to do, and then now he's going to make his decision. And instead of kicking it to KCP, I'm just going to kick it straight to Michael Porter Jr. on the other side because that distance Reeves had to cover. You seen that shit, right? Look, now I'm going to throw it here because Reeves has to literally travel about 40 feet. And I'm just going to throw it straight to Michael Porter Jr. and he could take that shot over the top because he about 6'10" bucket. Throw that straight to the advantage. Don't be an NPC and be a robot and just let that shit swing. Keep going. Ignore us for a bit. Bet that. Locked in. And now D-Lo, let's cook. Now, if this begins to happen every single game, Lakers fans gonna have hope, which means D-Lo actually get in his buckets and start scoring, right? But I need y'all to understand how he's going to actually get his buckets. The type of threes he's hitting, right? Understand that first one right there. Transition, pull up, right? Hop, KCP jumped that. And now notice this one as well. He about to pull this. 19 left in the shot clock. He taking a lot of early shot clock threes, early rhythm threes in the game. And now that's how he's building his rhythm. But it's a low-key red flag because he's not getting to his spots. And now, notice how he's going to get all these other threes going forward. This is low-key a red flag. It low-key is. I don't think a lot of y'all realize this. But this is tough. What's good? But let's lock in. Look at Bron. I want y'all to pay attention to Bron. What makes somebody a good shot blocker is not that they have the courage to actually go up and try to block a shot. It's that they know how to properly do it. So notice this replay right here with Bron, right? Because... notice, right? What a lot of players do in this situation, they see the ball back here and they try to go and reach and get the ball to where they first see it. What good shot blockers do is that they put their hand where the ball is bound to go, which is right in front of that rim. They meet the ball to where it's going to go and not at where they see it. So now Bron ends up getting that block right there and then. And a lot of players do get put on posters because they do try to meet the ball while the shit back here. They try to be here and swipe and shit. No, straight up, meet the ball because it's going to get here. It's just a matter of, are you going to get it over my hand or did I jump late at all? You know what I'm saying? That's all it really boils down to. Or are you going to even switch hands if you really like that? But it's very few players who could fucking switch hands and get that type of dunk in. You know what I'm saying? That shit's tough as shit. So, even now, right? Peep this. Fresh off that block, Jamal Murray sees Braun once again. Back to back, fresh off that block. And notice what Braun does. Right there, stunt. He made him double clutch in the air. That's intimidation. That right there is intimidation. Right off that block. He made him second guess the type of shit he was going to do. And now they end up getting that stop. Tough, man. Braun was really playing some defense. Everybody want to talk about the bad shit Braun was doing. How about the good shit Braun was doing? How about the good shit? How about the good shit? And now, this could help D'Lo build his rhythm. In the half court, this is really something they gotta take with them going forward. So, understand, anytime you get someone like AD in the post, there's gonna be some sort of dig, there's gonna be some sort of help. Maybe not a double, which you didn't see Denver do, but there's gonna be some sort of help and some sort of bait. And so now you got D'Lo one pass away from Anthony Davis, right? Jamal Murray now drops down, and he now ends up digging for a second while AD makes that drive. So if AD's uncomfortable taking this shot right here in the paint, what is he now able to do to somebody who's one pass away? D'Lo, catch and shoot. That's a real good half-court look. And if you space the floor that same way when AD attacks, put him one pass away, you give D'Lo open threes, and you also give AD probably more space, because if D'Lo knocks him down, they're going to second guess that dig. So now it's going to be better for not just AD, but also for D'Lo. And that's something they really got to know, because that's something you can be consistent with. Meanwhile, he had all those other threes, right? Pull up, early shot, transition, step back, 5 or 6 seconds into the clock. And that one, those are like, you better hit this. This one better go in. Those are those type of shots. But these right here, these are the ones that's like, oh, take that shit every time, right? This is how you could actually build your rhythm, because this is something you could consistently get. And it's not like, oh, I'm betting on myself for this jumper. Completely different thing. So that's something they got to take note of. I got to lock in. Pete this here too with Braun. Hold on. This play. I don't think y'all even realize this shit with this play. Let's watch this play right quick. Pete this play right quick. All right, Pete this. So notice. Miss right here by Jamal Murray, right? Look, D'Lo gets this catch. Him and Braun, they both lock eyes. And they both recognize the fact that everybody on Denver is running back and nobody is matched up. And what do they both see at this point in time, right? As they go up, since no one's matched up, the people who are now on defense cannot see behind. They can't see what D'Lo is doing. And Braun and D'Lo both recognize this gap right here between AG and Jokic, and they can't close it up because they can't see what's going on from behind. As far as they know, all D'Lo is doing is just dribbling the ball up the floor. And so they both recognize this gap. Notice how they move as well. Notice how they move. They both recognize this gap. They move towards that middle so he could fire that in. And now Braun ends up getting here and just doing what he always does. Boom, and one in transition. Tough buckets. We got to go through the gems before we talk about this lead. And now notice this with Jamal Murray. Right here. Look at Jamal Murray. He picks up on Austin Reeves right at that three-point line. But notice what he's about to do. He starts backpedaling and retreating quickly, because by the time Reeves gets here right now and wants to seek contact on that last step, there is no contact. And now when he wants to go up and get contact, there's still no contact. And so he's jumping back and still got the block because Reeves got no contact. If you move backwards while playing in defense in transition, how can someone get contact and you get called for a foul for being out of position? Y'all got to understand that playing defensively. In transition, you just simply got to move back. You got to backpedal. There's nothing else you could do. If you try to beat someone to the spot, they'll probably either counter that or you'll get called for a blocking foul. You know what I'm saying? Got to get familiar with that. And I want to talk about D'Lo. I put my coaching hat on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? My habit hat. Let me say that. My habit hat. I put my habit hat on for a little bit so I could be like, what does a player always do? Why are they always doing this? Why do they do that? And it's something I recognize with D'Lo, right? Look, any team that's guarding D'Angelo Russell, you got to understand, anytime he goes right, he's going to do this every single time. He's going to get here, and it's like, oh, I could attack this drop, but he's going to go and ask for a rescreen. Why? You got to understand, he's a left-handed player. So everything he wants to do is going to be out his left hand. Whether he wants to get here and get a floater, or he wants to throw a pocket pass, right? So now that leaves AD open right there, pocket pass, midi. You think it just happened one time? You could keep watching the film. Every single time he's going to do this. He's going to go right. Don't like it. Rescreen. Even though it's not a defender who went under, it's like, I want you to chase over. He still chased over. Reggie Jackson still chased over. So now I got to go back left. And what does this also open up for myself? A mid-range pull-up to my left hand. Because if I go right and try to take a midi, the defender's sitting on my left and I can't shoot that. Hey, Brandon, appreciate that sub, Brandon. Appreciate that sub. But yeah, like I said, if he going to that right hand, pull up for a midi, he can't shoot that because the defender's right there. I'm telling you, I had to put on my habit hat. Let me peek chat right quick. I watched Denver Lakers. They had the same shit. The only thing that really different this year is Bron is a little more healthy. I'll tell you that. Bron's a little more healthy. D-Lo moving like Jordan. Yep, that Giannis play, like it was talking about, meet with that block. Now this is just being smart when it comes to passing. Look, a lot of y'all hoopers do not know when to actually pass the ball to your teammate. Watch Bron, right? He's got Christian Brown. Mismatch, we know that. So watch Peyton Watson now, right? The second Peyton Watson steps over, Bron passes that. And now he can't even be able to close out the deal and actually give him a real hand because he passed it while he was moving the opposite direction. Simple as that. Another gem. I'm telling you, we're getting the gems out the way, then we're going to get the more gems, but when it comes down to concept. And now, D-Lo. Remember, D-Lo's got 3 threes right now. One of them came from the half court. 2 of them came from early in transition. What does he do once again? Quick pull up. 4 seconds into the clock. Pulls that up. Another bucket. Y'all see it as, yes, finally, D-Lo got his rhythm. He got his feel. He got his flow. We need his half-court flow. We don't need his sporadic, you know what I'm saying, that erratic behavior flow. Pulling up in transition, taking all those quick shots, and the defense still guarding you the same way because they know, oh, you're not going to hit this shit every time, every game. May hit it this one game, but not every game. But if I'm a Lakers fan, this is a little promising, and if you get anything, at least you got something. But if it's like, I want to see D-Lo get his flow in the half court. His ability to actually get to his floats, his ability to get to his lays, be able to get to his midi, right? I want to see him get that while the defense is set. You know what I'm saying? These shots, that's a wild shot. That's a hot, what you call it? Heat check. You know what I'm saying? Heat check, pull that shit. If you taking a bunch of heat check shots, that's not the greatest sign for me. As a team and as a fan. And now right here, this is where it really starts. Right? You got to understand. Now, understand, right? Basketball is a game of runs. Regardless if you're down 20, if you're down 30, down 40, all it takes is for the ball to bounce the wrong way a few times, the ball to bounce out the rim a few times, get a few stops, a couple people just let their guard down, and boom, like that. Other team is able to make a comeback. And so when it comes down to this Lakers game, right, you got to understand how they built this lead. Because you saw right there on the scoreboard, right? Notice the scoreboard. Hold on. Notice the scoreboard. Right now, they're up by 1. And notice the one thing that's going to happen so that they could be able to make a run. Like I just talked about. YRG Tyler, appreciate that sub. Shout out YRG, though. Shout out Rage. I fuck with Rage. But peep this, though, right? AD is about to start getting to his shit, right? He's got Jokic on him. Turns his back. Single coverage. Nobody's checking him. Notice. Bump, spin, fade, gets a bucket. That's 2 points. Let's start it off, right? We now up by 3 points. AD, Jokic, single coverage once again. What is AD going to do? And what should he do every single time? Single coverage, spin, float, boom, that's 4, right? Let's keep racking it up. You going to play me single coverage? This is a one-on-one. I done did one-on-ones my whole life. And I got to do it against Jokic. You know what I'm saying? I got to do it against Jokic. Come, let's run it. All right, next time down. Same move practically. Spin, dribble, float. Now understand, I built my rhythm off that fade, those 2 floats. And now what am I able to do? I can now unlock another level of scoring because I set this screen, they pinch in, short roll, catch, rhythm in a flow, midi bucket, right? 8 points right there and then. And now I want you to understand, they were just up by 10. As you just saw right after that bucket. Notice they up by 8. This shot goes up. They about to be up by 10, right? And so they even push this now to double digits. And over these next two plays, understand all these variables because this right here is a gem. From the rip. So understand now. AD, right? He scored 8 straight. These next 2 sets, they about to layer this crazy. So notice, Ball gets passed here to AD. D'Lo's about to go here and set a screen on AG. So what ends up happening now is that, boom, shit, AG's late on that chase over. Jokic is high up. So now he has to try to get in front of Bron because AG is late, but Jokic don't got the foot speed. So now AG is going to try to get back in here and make a play. And now what ends up occurring, he left AD. He ends up getting that. And also peep this weak side because they weren't ready as well. Weak side was not ready for nothing. Jamal Murray still on that outside. Bron gets in the air, dump it down. That's a 2. Now, notice once again. Watch D'Lo. Watch D'Lo. Watch the hands. Watch the hands. Watch the hands. I don't know if he just went like this. I don't know if he was trying to say, let's run it back, or that's their hand call. But I can tell you this one thing. They about to run it back. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Same exact set, right? But notice how they adjust. Jokic with the pressure to start. Can I get a hand on that? Nope. Now, AG is already ready on that chase. He's not a step late. Jokic is now dropped back. So now Bron can't turn that corner and just force AG or whoever it might be to overhelp. Now what ends up occurring? Bron gets here. He sees Jokic's body. KCP right there on that tag. Right there. So now Bron's looking for that. He can't get that. Wants to get to the corner because Murray's now stepped in. KCP takes away that. But now when in doubt, who do we go to who's been cooking this whole time? Right? Who do we go to who's built us this lead and has got us this momentum? AD, pull it from the midi. That's 12 right there from AD. 12. Because they just keep guarding them single coverage. Now just remember how he was cooking right now and question what they're going to do later. And now here as well. This is a great defensive play by Bron. This is a great defensive play right here by Bron. I just want to, I'm going to go from the start when it comes down to this. I'm going to go full speed as well. Right? So notice, you got Bron on Jokic, right? You got 8 on the shot clock. Bron is a genius. Notice, Jamal Murray gets the ball. He's got it. 6 now on the shot clock. Watch the dribbles. Dribbling. He goes. You got 4 on the shot clock. As a defender, you just got to play into that feel of understanding how the clock is going down and what someone could do with the amount of time they got allocated, right? So notice now, 4 seconds left. He gets into a step back. You're not passing that shit to Jokic. Blow that up. And now I get a hand on that. Miss that short. Get down the lane. And you'll probably think, no way you make that. You literally got you in a straitjacket. He got you in a straitjacket. But it's Bron. That's crazy. Damn, bro. I was watching that shit after the fact. Not even live. And I low-key got up my seat. I was like, what the fuck? This nigga Bron going off. Crazy, bro. Bron going off. Year 21, bro. Got it. And this is another concept I want to talk about. This may not even relate to all y'all, but it just really relates to the Lakers game as a whole. I just like to throw out some game plans, some schemes that I'll utilize if I was in the situation. If I was like in the Lakers locker room, right? And so understand this. At this point, the reason why Bron is even guarding Jokic is because AD has 2. He has 2 fouls, I believe, at this point. Or does he have 2? I think in the second quarter he has 2. I believe he has 2. Right? So remember that, right? Just understand. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, if at this point I believe AD has 2, but AD has 2 fouls at this point, so Bron is guarding Jokic. And so even in situations where Bron or whoever's guarding Jokic does get beat, hey, King Kong 299, appreciate that sub. But in a situation like that, am I about to get a back-to-back sub? Dollar sign entertainment, appreciate that sub as well. I appreciate that shirt is about to pop up right now any second. Yep, second sub right there. Appreciate that sub right there. But like I said though, in a situation like this, Anthony Davis, I trust him to be able to guard too, because this is a compact space. And AD is great at doing this right here. Using his hands to then second guess your shot and second guess your pass and just getting in these lanes and making everything tough. So now he gets there and he ends up actually getting a stop. So now I begin to think, all right, I may not do this in the fourth quarter because I know in the fourth, if I try to put AD on AG, we cannot begin to switch these actions between Jokic and Murray that we like to do at the end of the game with Bron and AD, right? So second, random time in the first, random time in the second, random time in the third, I'll throw it out there for a few possessions because what I could be able to get out of this, right? Because if AD's playing in this range, it can make this playing in the paint a lot tougher. And who says LeBron even gets beat every single time guarding Jokic? That's just something you could throw out there. Jokic needs a lot of attention because he has amazing touch in the paint. But like I was saying with AD though, right? Especially in a situation like this, this is where it really does help. If AG has the ball, and Jokic is not the one with the ball. That's where that shit really could kick in, right? That's where that shit could really kick in. Listen, appreciate that sub, bro. We might hit 21,000 this stream, but yeah, like I said, he's good with the ball in his hand and good with his touch. But especially if AG has the ball, what could they really do? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. He can make AG second guess. He can really make AG second guess. Do I go up over him? Do I dump it down him? Because what AD does, he'll use this hand to contest and then use this other hand to trace a pass. Right? He'll do that shit all the time. And being in that such tight of a space, he's just gonna be in that motherfucker like these the whole time. Whatever way you want to do something, bring the ball on the left side, got the left hand, got this for the pass. You know what I'm saying? Like he always ready. And that's what makes someone like AD so tough to guard. Or so tough to score on. Let me say. Makes it so much tougher. Let me get some water right quick. Now remember what I said before, right? Remember what I said before. When it comes down to D-Lo, and not just the threes that he's about to make, because he's about to hit a three, but the ways he likes to go off screens. So if Denver thought like I did and was like, let's send D-Lo over screens to his right side every time, even if it's going away, we only sending him right. He will not be able to pull up easily into these jump shots, right? He will not be able to pull up so easily into these shots. And now notice that's also another three that D-Lo gets. That's about his fifth three of the game, I believe. Fifth three, I think. Not six. I think it's his fifth. Now, even at this point, they have 15. 15 at this point. And this shit right here is tough. This play, I got a couple things I want to say about this play. This play is tough. So understand, right? This set is for D'Angelo Russell. So y'all, I may even go full speed. I'm gonna go full speed with this. So understand, at this point in time, right? Bron gets his pass to hand off back to D'Lo. So now D'Lo could get this screen from Jokic. And now it's like, wait, he passed the ball. You got to understand. Because even though this set right here is made for D'Angelo Russell, damn, all these subs going crazy right now. I low-key may have to mute them. I'm going to have to mute the subs. I'm going to have to mute the subs so I can be able to continue to talk and it can pop up on the screen. But I'm going to have to mute them for a second so we can lock in. But notice, I'm just going to get through this one right quick. So D'Lo at this point in time in the game, he got 6 threes, right? He got 5 threes, actually. He got 5 threes. And so he has a screen going to his left side. He looks and he passes it up. Notice, right? D'Lo passes it up. The screen going to that left. Why did he pass it up? You got to understand why D'Lo passed it up. Because even with having 5 threes at this point in time, they now decide to switch the coverage on the screen. You got Jokic who's attached. And now you also have 2 players on this weak side, and Bron and Reeves. And now what's going to happen when D'Lo gets off the screen? If he goes to his left, blitzed, short roll, pinched by AG, swing to Bron, boom, he's going to end up taking a 3, right? That's what's going to end up transpiring. But they don't want to end up having to shoot a shot like that. They want quality, right? They just want to get a highest quality look possible. And so by swinging this to Bron, what does this now do? A screen occurs from AD to Bron's left. And now what does that lead to? Bron getting the screen and AD rolling, and you only got one person attacking Jamal Murray. And now we're attacking Jokic, who's in a drop and not blitzing like he would have if it was D'Lo. So now, boom, drop off right there to AD, late tag by Murray, and one right there. Nuggets had a bad game last time out. Still won, no cap. Third quarter though. Notice this third quarter. It's about what's about to go wrong is about. I'm about to break it down very soon. So even now, once again, Bron ends up getting this handoff from AD. Even this third quarter, what is a blitz? This right here is a blitz. This here is a blitz, where if you say you come off a handoff right quick, and this person steps over and it's just both players, you get double teamed right off a screen, or you get double teamed off a handoff. That's practically what it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. A double team off a handoff, a double team off a pick and roll. Blitz. So even now, understand this as well. Third quarter, Lakers are still had their mojo going. Bron gets his handoff. He gets his hard hedge. I believe this is just a hard hedge by Jokic. Throws it down to AD, short rolls. Once again, late by Jamal Murray. And one once again. They cooking still. Mind you, they still cooking. And let me say this about Jokic. This is absolutely absurd. Like this, I was like, everybody's always telling Jokic, or everyone's always talking about Jokic. Oh, he's unguardable. He does everything. This is a crazy thing about it, right? This is a crazy thing about it. I said, bro, how is he really scoring in the paint every single time he gets in the paint? How is he really doing it? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me just try to find a commonality. Let me put on my habit hat on. You know what I'm saying? Let me put on my habit hat right quick. Heartbreak, appreciate that sub. But look, let me put on my habit hat right quick. Let me put on my habit hat. Is the hedge the same as a blitz? Almost, practically. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much the same thing, I believe so. There's not much of a difference, but there could be a hard hedge, which is a blitz, and then there could be a soft hedge, meaning you just show and kind of get back. You know what I'm saying? A hard hedge, you got to be all the way up, and so that's like a blitz. So I'm pretty sure it's the same shit. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody does know exactly, but notice this as well, though. Notice this, right? Like I said, though, before. Everyone says Jokic could do everything when he gets into the paint, when he tries to go and cook, but he does the same thing every time, right? Notice, he's going to do this over his left shoulder. And now count how many times going forward he goes over his left shoulder and goes into a hook. That's one. And this is only the second half. That's one right there. They're all not going to be sequential, but just keep the count going. Keep the count going. Keep the count going. But here as well, I'll talk about this. This is where it all began to start, in my opinion, or not even in my opinion. This is really just fact. I ain't gonna lie. Chris Brown, a little bit, but I don't pay it no mind because this shit has nothing to do with my life and my purpose and what I'm trying to build to. So I literally just focus on what I got to do. There's no need for me to spend time and worry about that bullshit. It's a distraction. He said, "Who fuck Chris Brown this?" But notice this. Notice this. Let's lock back in. Like I said, got to get locked in with this breakdown. Like I said, now this right here is the beginning of the end for the Lakers. Now understand this. Bron and the Lakers is going to begin to get some good looks, right? By Bron dictating pace and telling everybody where they need to go and controlling the floor, right? But I want you to understand the result of this later on. So I'm going to show y'all the looks though, right? Bron ends up getting left, tells Rui Hachimura to leave so they don't have two tags on AD's roll. And so now Austin Reeves lifts up from that corner because now Jamal Murray had to tag on AD's roll. And now he lifts up to get this three from that right side. And now, boom, you knock it down. We up by 20 at this point. You're up by 20. You see the scoreboard. How to blow a 20-point lead. Let's get it started. Right off a timeout, AD switch on to Michael Porter Jr. Rui Hachimura switch on to Nikola Jokic. And this thing just cannot happen, right? And this is also gravity by Denver, gravity from Jokic, where AD now made a switch. And now he got so fixated on Jokic, he didn't even realize Michael Porter Jr. left. He's like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? You just give him a little bit of life, easy three. That's my fault. But the little plays like that, it's like, come on, man, you got to lock in. See both at all times. You do make lapses, though, but continue to understand going forward, right? This is the beginning of the end because Bron is going to get some quality looks. And I'm going to break down the quality of the looks, but notice this for later. He's telling everybody where to be. This action begins to get run with Jokic in a drop. 13 seconds left in the clock, so it took you 11 seconds just to bring the ball up, and now you slow down the whole pace, and you're not doing what has even brought you there, but we're gonna stop there. We're gonna explain later. So now, roll right here by Hachimura. He does end up getting fouled. Right here, goes to the line, or no, knocks it down, give me a leg, give me the two, right? Give me the two. And now, once again, you're about to run an action, and when does the action occur? 13 seconds left on the clock. Bron now ends up getting here, turns the corner, throws it back to D'Lo, right? And now he gets it back. Understand how long these possessions are taking, right? Understand how long these possessions are taking and who's getting their flow and who's getting their rhythm in these situations. Just Bron by himself. Because like I showed y'all before, D'Lo was pulling up in transition, getting his flow. He was playing quick. He was playing fast. AD was getting his ISOs. He was getting his rhythm. Bron right now, he's the one dictating, and he likes to play at this speed. But everybody else, not so much. And so even though he does end up getting here, boom, pull back long two, bucket over the top, 19, right? We up by 19 at this point. But now AD, second half, they switch AG onto AD. But it doesn't make sense why you don't continue to go ISO basketball when you got somebody who's lighter, not as tall, shorter wingspan. He may have more lean body mass, but regardless, AD should cook him every single time. He should cook him every single time. He should not be able to sit here and have to settle for a bunch of shots, a camp corner, a bunch of other shit. he should continue to go and attack. Keep doing what has gotten you there and things you can maintain. Because Bron's not going to be on the floor at all times, but AD is going to be on the floor by himself, and he's going to need to have that rhythm when Bron leaves. So now AD, he does get this touchdown here, and it does result into ultimately what he's been doing all game, right? Which is practically just, getting buckets right here, bump right there, float, tough bucket, but it went down. Count it, right? Count it. D'Lo fucked up the spacing a little bit, but well, you talking about the last play? But notice this as well. Notice this. This play does hurt. This play does hurt. So, like I said though before, remember how D'Lo got the 5 threes he had in the first half of the game, right? He was taking them all within the first 6 seconds of the clock, except for 1 to 2 of them, right? And he was taking them all quick. He was taking a lot of heat check shots, getting his rhythm. But now, third quarter, when Bron wants to slow down the tempo and D'Lo wants to take a quick shot, and it's 14 left, right? 14 left, but Bron wants to wait around 7, wants to wait around 5 to 6. He wants to use as much time as possible so he can control the game as much as possible and take away the time they have to get back in the game. So now D'Lo takes this. Watch Bron's body language. Watch Bron. Watch Bron body language. Head gets high, soaks a little bit, almost throws his hands up, and notice what happens now. Denver now gets down in transition. Jokic running down the middle of the floor. He ends up getting a layup, and most importantly, what happens after this play is that the Lakers call a timeout. They called a timeout, and if y'all understand as hoopers, if you take a shot that may have been unfiltered, you know what I'm saying? It may have been like, shit, I got this, but I don't know what they'll think. I just got to make sure I knock it down, but you still miss it, and then they call a timeout. You know somebody gonna say some shit to you. Like, yo, we not trying to take that shot. You know, Bron walked on and said, hey, we not taking those shots right now at this point in the game. We trying to play slow. We got to control the pace. We can't take those quick. And now D'Lo mentally, what could that do for him? You know what I'm saying? What that's gonna do for him. You now losing D'Lo. On top of the fact you're losing all these other players off the ball in the third quarter where you now still got time remaining for Denver to make a run. And you're losing some of these players. So now continue to watch. Continue to watch. Call the timeout right there. You seen Bron call that timeout, right? This is where it gets ugly. Look, hey, you just seen Bron call that timeout. This is where it gets ugly. This is where it gets ugly because Bron's not on the floor. Oh, buddy, Bron is not on the floor. And like I said, Bron's sitting there trying to control the pace, trying to control everything. As he gets his rhythm, the rest of the team, what happens to them? They don't get their rhythm. And when he's gone, what the fuck do we do for offense? What the fuck do we do for offense? And so it's not even just what's going to happen on the offensive side. It's what's going to result because you're trying to run pick and rolls with Austin Reeves with AD. And now you kick into the corner with Gabe Vincent, who's shooting like 20% on the season and play about 2 games. He shoots that, and notice what happens as a result. You know what I'm saying? Miss right there. Jokic throws it to KCP. And this one hurt really bad because goddamn everybody getting out they seat. Now they got life. Now they got hope. And now what you have on offense, you don't have something you can maintain over a period of time while Bron is not going to be in the game. If he was going to play the whole third and play the whole fourth, and AD play the whole third and play the whole fourth and have every those pieces you need on the floor, go control the pace the whole time because that's Bron's style of play. But since he decided to play Bron's style of play with too much time in the game, guess what happened with the game? They now began to lose it. They got no offense when he out the game. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Right? Understand. Reeves now trying to run another pick and roll with AD like he's Bron, but AR don't got Bron gravity. Simple as that. As skilled as he is, he don't got Bron gravity. He don't got Bron's pacing, his court management, all that stuff. He don't got that. So now what ends up happening? You got AD on this side right here. You try to end up getting something over here. Boom, throw it to AD. Oh, you got a solid midi. Last time he hit a long 2. That came after hitting 3 layups, or 2 floaters, and then a little fade. He had momentum. He had a flow in the game, and then boom, he ended up knocking it down. But this one, nah, because AD also, while Bron was in the game, he wasn't getting his rhythm as well. You know what I'm saying? He had 1 touch, but that's it. And so now also realize, 2:47 left, AD got 3 fouls. You trying to run this pick and roll action. AR is trying to do as much as he can, trying to play his flow. And guess what just happens as a byproduct? AD right there, make that 4 fouls Offensive foul right there on AD. And now this is going to hurt tremendously because how the Nuggets are going to attack on the other side, right? We got to keep this going. You got to keep this going. Bron, Rui, Gabe, Torian, D'Lo. Looks like no rim protectors to me. So guess what Jokic is going to do? Time number two. When he gets into his attack, what is Jokic going to do? Left shoulder every single time, straight to that right hand, and no one gonna stop it. He gonna spin right off you. That's a 2 count right there. 2 count, left shoulder, 2 count. You know what I'm saying? This is all second half as well. And out here too. This is a good play though. Oh, let me peep chat right quick. Let's peep chat. Boom. Oh, y'all just chatting. Oh, you gotta go sleep. I'll catch y'all next stream. We stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, by the way. But look, let's talk about this play right quick. Now understand though, offensively, like I said, when Bron is in, he can make good offense when it is very stagnant. He's just trying to control the game, control the pace. He can do that. But it was just when he got off the floor where things did hurt a lot. AD got his 4th, you know what I'm saying? KCP got that dunk. That's going to change the tides of a lot of things. And so now here, when Bron is on the floor, you got an on-ball switch, which is kind of crazy. Jokic leaves. He goes to D'Lo, who cuts. And now this ends up putting Jokic, who's guarding D'Lo, with Michael Porter Jr. on Bron. And so that ultimately puts them in a position where Reggie Jackson has to guard too. Kick right there. D'Lo right here with that shot. He ends up getting that bucket. Boom, right there. You need those shots, though. You need those. Way to be ready by D'Lo. But I want to talk about another concept. Right here, though. I want to talk about another concept. This is key. When it comes down to D'Lo and shooting, a lot of y'all don't even realize this. Right? Notice this right here, right? Notice. I got to slow this down to 0.5. Look. Bron throws this pass to D'Lo. Watch D'Lo's body at this point in time. Before the ball gets to D'Lo, he's already preparing that base to then catch the ball and he could go up quick before Reggie Jackson is able to get there and give him a real contest. And he could just get that shot off. As off-ball players, y'all got to get really good at being able to do exactly this. Preparing your body while the ball is on its arrival and has not arrived yet. So now you can be able to get there and be able to get your buckets. I'm trying to tell y'all, that's a key right there. That's a gem right there. Y'all need that. You said Paulo has been caught dealing illegal substances from the facilities. Apparently illegal firearms also. Nobody's fault. Bro, illegal substances and firearms for Paulo is fucking ridiculous. Pat been shooting 10 in a row. What should I do next? Maybe take a step back. Hold on. I need to lock in. I'm locked in right now. Bad timing, Kijo. We locked in. I was dropping gems a little while ago before the stream started. Locked in on the breakdown. Locked in. But notice, right? Jokic once again. What do you think Jokic is now going to get to a Rui Hachimura on him? Like I said before, we got 2 left shoulder counts. What's going to make this? Oh, he didn't shoot it. Left shoulder, 3rd time. Every time, send him the other way. Who's going to send him the other way? I just want to see somebody send him the other way. I'm not saying it's going to work, but at least send him the other way. I seen him go over his right shoulder one time this whole game. And now we already had 3 all alone in this 3rd quarter. Cooking them off the same joint. And now remember this too. Now remember, as a byproduct of when Bron was off the floor and they had no offense and AD picked up that 4th, AG now gets here. Bron gets screened. I see Jackson Hayes. Ain't nobody scared of Jackson Hayes as a rim protector like they are of AD. Bump you right there over the top. They not doing that to AD if he was in the game. If you built a rhythm, you built a flow, built an offense they can maintain, would have been a different game. And now here as well. Back to back. So much so that you got Christian Brown running ball screens in a playoff game. Christian Brown, that's not his game. We all know that ain't. But now you got Jackson Hayes in this drop. If that was AD, like I said, he ain't getting disrespected like that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting no lays like that. If that was AD, he would have even thought about using the ball screen. Would not happen. But AD got 4. And to pick that shit up on the offensive side, I just realized this shit is so ass. On the offensive side too, that's so ass. Damn, off a moving screen. Not even on the defensive end where you just swipe down. I'll get that. On the offensive side, moving screen sucks. But now right here in the fourth quarter. You gotta understand. So what automatically separates the Nuggets from the Lakers, you gotta understand this one thing, and it boils down to the consistency, right? How consistent the Nuggets offense is with Murray and Jokic versus the Lakers, and having them try all these different things throughout the end of this game. So understand, we're about to see this right here with Jamal Murray and Jokic. Repetitiveness. Same thing over and over. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I want y'all to pay attention to Jamal Murray, right? I want y'all to pay attention to Jamal Murray because he's going to get this handoff here and watch what he does every time he gets off a handoff. You got Spencer Dinwiddie on the chase. You got Rui Hachimura, who's not going to leave Jokic, who's going to stay home. And now Jamal Murray gets this right here. Change of pace. You got to understand the value of that change of pace because what that tells Rui Hachimura in this scenario, right? This tells Hachimura, oh, damn, you know Jokic is back there. You might throw that back. Let me leave. Now, what does that also tell Taurean Prince when he gets off this handoff? Tells Taurean Prince the same thing. You change pace? Let me get right back. You took a little too long. You took longer than I thought. And now Dinwiddie, you're chasing. So whatever I do, you're going to replicate that. And now I get a lane right here. Right hand, jelly to the inside. That's tough. First bucket. Remember this for going forward. And now there's a funny thing about it too. Right? Notice. So now you go to the Lakers side, and what offense do they run? Handoff actions with Taurean Prince. Come on, man. Now, I'm sorry, but
with all due respect,
this is not Taurean Prince's game. You in a playoff game, and if this is the type of plays you're going to run, GG's, my boy. It's going to lead straight to this right here. It's going to lead straight to this. Taurean Prince, great catch and shoot player. But when it comes down to just really creating, this just shows you the inconsistency of the offense and where D-Lo as a player has to say, give me the ball. Don't do this bullshit like he did at the start. Right? Because notice what D-Lo even did at the start. He pointed, my bad for cutting out the rest of that clip. He pointed and said, go that way. And, you stay there. No, D-Lo, get the ball. You run the offense yourself. We can't be doing this in the playoffs. It's too much on the line, too much at stake. We need the ball in the hands of the best creators that we have, the best playmakers that we have. And that ultimately, bad shot. Now, once again, this is cooking. That jelly, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was tough. That jelly was insane. You don't see many jellies nowadays, no cap. You don't see too many. That was like a 2016 thing. Like a 2016, 2019, that range. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to get their good jelly package in. Some people don't even know what jelly is because they may be a little too young, which is crazy to say. But notice this as well, right? Second time down, Jokic and Murray. Consistency, which is why they got back into the game. Murray, right corner once again. Handoff. You got Gabe Vincent chasing. What is Murray going to do? Because this player here is taught to stay home. Notice, not change of pace. He just slowed down his pace to make the right read. I was thinking about the next play. I was anticipating. I was doing the wrong thing. God damn it. But notice this right here, right? Understand Gabe Vincent's movement. When you got a chase like this, and his chest is literally facing that baseline, right? What can he do? And what can he not do? I can tell you this. What he can't do is be able to stop while I go back because the offensive player is already in a good position to get to a stop and a step back. Defense, they're not. And he's already able to pull up, step back. He's just too short, can't contest. Give me that bucket. That's the second time around. And now this is the third time. This is what I was trying to anticipate. You know what I'm saying? Right corner once again. Hand off here. What does Jamal Murray now do? Change of pace just to let that gap open up a little more, keep the defense on his heels, and he ends up getting that layup. Easy work. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they just stay consistent. And they know all layers and levels in order for them to maximize their offense. Meanwhile, LA, they can't stay as disciplined to that offense. And even notice this as well. I want y'all to even remember this, right? I have to throw this in there as well. The Nuggets ain't beginning to run that Jokic Murray spamming action until 9 minutes left in the fourth. 9 to 10 minutes left in the fourth. Meanwhile, the Lakers decide to use that paced offense that they should use and preserve for the end of the game in the third while they had the lead. They tried to play they try to almost play offense while playing defense. They try to protect the lead while they are on offense, where you should try to grow the lead, where you should try to maintain it and continue to allow it to keep going. But they ain't do that. They ain't do that. So now we get right back to this other side. They do Spencer dirty. I ain't gonna lie, they do my Spencer Dinwiddie, bro. Damn, bro, like they just have him camping corner and shit. That shit sucks. That shit sucks. So now understand this as well. This is where the Lakers should have actually begun to use that pace, and Bron should have began to control the game. 6 minutes left, 9 minutes left or so. You know what I'm saying? Get straight to this bread and butter where you can do this for the rest of the game, and you don't need your whole team to necessarily be in a great flow to maintain the lead that you have. And so now, Bron, KCP, what you do now? You go under the screen. Under the screen, I shoot that 40% plus on the year, knock that down, right? I got AG now. I hit that last one. Get this right back here, right? Notice the shot clock, 7 on the shot clock. Let me read the floor. Let me see what I got. What do I like? Step in for a shot. I trust that bucket. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Bron was doing this thing when he was there. It was just what happened when he left as a result of what he did. Now here with KCP, I want to talk about this play right here, KCP as well. This is a great play by KCP. You'll be a better coach than Darvin. Shit, give me that. Let me get an interview right quick. Where I put my application in? Fuck it. Where I put my application in, man. Fuck it. Fuck it. But peep this right here, KCP though. I like to speak on things from an individual standpoint as well. Right. So understand, Bron ends up posting up KCP with 6 seconds left on the shot clock after doing so much shit on the perimeter to start the play. And so now you got people who are now going to pinch in. And now Bron gets into this pickup. Watch where he puts the ball. Midline. And so now what ends up happening with KCP? Swipe that down, I get a hand. Great plays right there by KCP. Great plays. This ends up being a shot clock violation. And now this right here is what I was talking about before. You got KCP, who Bron's got the size advantage on. Get in the post, Bron. Get in the post. But all this action right here, starting at what it was like 15 in the shot clock, is fluff, really. It's really just fluff. You're just really buying time just so then you can end up getting late in the clock and you kind of got to force something. And what even ultimately happens is that Bron gets into this post. Fade's got 2 seconds left. His last ditch effort, he hit the shot. Tough bucket. But at the same time, why don't you just do that shit to start? Because he was trying to preserve the clock. So he is getting some good offense out of it. So, and I want y'all to even peep this. Something the Nuggets even started to do just a little bit, right? In this fourth, towards the end, they began just to throw KCP in these actions to see if D'Lo could get switched on to Jamal Murray, get thrown into the action at all, right? Lakers did a good job of preventing it, right? But the one thing the Lakers did not do a good job preventing is what we're about to see here once again. How many left shoulder turns are we at? We at 3 right now, right? We got AD on Jokic, and you would think a great defensive player will pick up on some habits. Great defensive player will pick up on some habits. But for some reason, when AD guards these Euros, meaning Sabonis and Jokic, he lets him turn and turn and turn over the same way every single time, and he does not learn. Because now we're going to take that 3 and make it 4, and now Jokic added another bucket to the board. I don't know how many times he's going to do this, and when is AG not going to catch up to the fact? It's crazy, bro. Crazy work right here, dog. Crazy work. So now, they still cooking with this action. Remember what I said. Remember what I said in those handoffs, right? What does Jamal Murray do when he now gets into the spot where they're at an advantage and AD is taught to stay home because he's guarding Jokic? They're not going to switch this. He snakes it. Boom. He's that right in the mid-range. Now I get straight to my lay. Consistency. He attacks it the same way every single time because if you try to switch up the coverage, you're going to be cooked. Whether it was by Jamal Murray or by Jokic for you leaving. Bron could have helped on that low key. But this is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely sickening. We have 4 left shoulder turns, bro. 4 left shoulder turns, and he bump you to the right every time you fall for the pump, and he gets a lay. That's 5. That's 5, bro. Left shoulder turn every time. Every time. Could you at least send him the other way? I'm not saying he's not going to score, but at least make him do something different. Lead him to his offhand. force him to get over that right, have to hook with the left or step through with his left hook. Like, it's just gonna be completely different of a shot, regardless if he has a solid left hand. Could guarantee you it's not as good as his right. That's all I can say. And it's gonna be a little harder for him to get balanced, just because your overall body, your system, ability to find that balance is unorthodox. So shit is really unguardable. You gotta have two players who could switch these actions, and you could be comfortable with them guarding. And that is tough to find, because you got a small in Murray, then you got a big in Jokic. And now the Lakers are low-key close. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If the Lakers had like a little younger Bron, you know what I'm saying? Like, had a little more legs on him, you know what I'm saying? Had a little better legs, they could stop this. But Bron is not at the point where I'm gonna guard Murray the whole time and stop these actions for the whole fourth and be able to produce on offense, right? Bron would do it for like last 2 minutes or so. And even then, like, he's not at his best laterally and best in movement. So, like, if it was like a 2018 Bron or some shit, like, you could just go like 2019 even. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him a little fresher legs. Like, that. This she'll be tough. Fuck no. Rui can't check Murray. No, he can't check Murray. Yo, that ISO is at depth. And Rui can't do shit with Jokic. He gonna spin left shoulder every single time, bro. It's fucking ridiculous, though. Every time, bro, he gonna spin. Or spin, wrong way, spin, left shoulder every time. You're gonna get cooked. And now here, I want y'all to watch this play. And Rui got heavy feet. Rui got heavy feet. Got some heavy feet. Like, he don't know how to move his feet for real. Want y'all to peep this, right? Look, notice. Jokic has the ball at 19 crosses half court. Now notice what he's doing this whole time, right? He tells Jamal Murray where to go. He's telling KCP where to go. And even when he tells him where to go, he has to look back and tell him where to go once again, right? Crowd noise is going, but you still got to do what you need to do. And in doing all this just to set up the floor, you start your action at 9. Starting your action now at 9, what happens? Bron, his shot clock, his mental shot clock is already clicked. Now notice, right? You go through this first action, you don't got nothing. Now you go into the second action with 5 seconds left. What do you now have? You got to get something up now. And Bron knows you either got to shoot this or you're going to pass this, right? It's not you can keep dribbling. So what does Bron do? Trace the ball, boom, get that steal. Let me get down in transition. Let me see what he's doing. Boom, year 21, still booming shit. Tough play by Bron. Y'all always slacking him for what he did wrong, but how about the good that he's done? Did a lot of good. He did a lot of good. See, Blaze, Vando ain't gonna make no difference. He can't play offense. He can't do shit on offense. Like, he's gonna be a dead body. You know what I'm saying? Dead body on that side. And so let's talk about this. We about to be done too. We got a few more clips left, but understand this as well. Look, all y'all be making fun of Michael Porter Jr., calling him Michael, don't pass the ball, Porter Jr. Michael, let me shoot this every time. Fuck you, Porter Jr. But in times like this is why you tell him to shoot every fucking thing he touches. Because down 3, minute 17, chaotic play, he doesn't got a brain. He don't got no brain. He don't got a conscience. He shoots this right here, boom, knocks it down. Big time shot late in the game, and that's why you don't tell him too much when it comes to shooting unfiltered shots. Because you will take away and chip away at his confidence. And you do need someone like this on the floor at times, because it can hurt you. But if you don't play with it too much, you don't play with the mind too much, will help you more times than not. And now here too, let's talk about a few plays. Now that they begin to run a couple of the same plays in the last minute, which is very, very interesting. So I want y'all to understand this. At this point in the game, right, Lakers are now getting to their own diet of a consistent play and consistent attacks, trying to match Denver's. And so you got D'Angelo Russell, who has 7 threes at this point, and now you got LeBron in this quarter, who has 8 or 10, and he's hit 2 threes. So now when you get into this action where you have AD setting the screen, Bron's supposed to set this little back screen, or the second screen as well, on AD slip, what happens? KCP is going to be attached, Jamal Murray behind, D'Lo change the pace, AG staying attached, D'Lo goes down the lane, he ends up getting that lay off the glass. They get that too. right? Remember that play for a little later. But now Denver, they're going to come back with their own little thing. And Jamal Murray going to come back with the same thing he's been doing every time, which is this exactly right here. He ends up getting left, Braun on the switch, hezzy. What's a hezzy? A change of pace. He been doing it the whole time. Because when you make these switches, you got to step up. You see that change of pace? It makes you think they're going to do something as to what you don't want them to do and make you try to anticipate. So now he ends up getting here. Boom, he ends up getting fouled. They end the bonus, by the way. Give me two. And so now the Lakers come back with the same set they did before, but they flip Braun and D'Lo. So now as a defense, y'all got to understand, that's a smart thing to do. Because as a defense, what's going to now happen is that Jamal Murray's not prepared to guard the back side of this action, and KCP was not prepared to guard the top of the action, guarding the ball. And so it's not like they could be able to put themselves in a better position as they were before, because the only person who stayed in the same spot was Aaron Gordon, guarding AD, right? So now KCP, chase over, he hit 2 threes already. And now D'Lo right here, Jamal Murray, he has 7 threes. I'm going to stay attached and watch AD. And now I have a lane going down. He low-key did get hit, gets the 2, right? They have their own little dose of getting buckets. And now for Denver's part, I need y'all to understand this for Denver. Understand this for Denver, right? Notice the set. You throw KCP in here to see if you can get D'Lo into these actions with Jokic and Murray. But what ends up happening ultimately, he doesn't get in that action. And Braun AD are going to begin to switch this in the last couple minutes, right? So that they don't have to worry about going against a drop or anything like that. So now AD on the Murray. I don't like it. Set another screen. Braun on Jamal Murray. Left step right there. Notice what he does now. Side step to the right. Shot. Now, I don't really need to say too much about exactly what that shot is for what is going to happen later, but just realize that in his next couple of plays, because they're about to run the same play with Braun at the top, and now what ends up occurring, KCP falls, and I know y'all Lakers fans know this. All y'all hoopers already seen this play transpire. In and out by Braun, which hurts the most. And now, what do the Nuggets now go back to? Jokic clearing out the floor, right? Watch what Jokic does, right? Look what this is big time. This is big time. I don't think anybody really realizes this, right? Look, I gotta go full speed. Murray did that shrug after that. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on though. Jokic really made this play happen. Notice, right? Notice, right? Look, Jamal Murray with the ball, 99-99. Y'all know this play, but watch Jokic, right? Get down. KCP tells KCP to get into action, because what that does is that it leaves this right side wide open, butt naked open, overload that left, right? So now what ends up happening, switch right there with AD again. Jamal Murray has all the room to get into exactly what he wants, and he does exactly what he did against Braun that last time, which is a step back going right, and that's game time. And that just sucks, because AD got caught in the mix of them swarming Jamal Murray. And now that's probably why he was so salty in that post-game press conference. And that's the end of this breakdown. It's the end of this stream. We're going to be live again on Friday. And we, of course, are going to just see playoff basketball. We're going to be locked in once again. More gems once again. And make sure y'all join the Patreon right there at the top of the chat. Make sure you also go up there and join the Discord at the top of the chat. And also make sure that y'all sacrifice your present self and invest into your future self. And do everything you need to do to get to where you're here to be. How do you develop elite handle? Hey, we about to slide out of here. Kaya's getting a little late. I can get you to you on Friday, but make sure, like I said before, sacrifice your present self, invest into your future self, do everything you need to do to get to where you're here to be. So discipline or regret, you choose.